Hello, hello. This is Lori Moen. This is Surfing Vuzuvaya. This is my very. I have a little voice right now, so it sounds very breathy, very throaty, shall we say, very breathy. It's a beautiful day because we choose it is. Surfing Vuzuvaya because the waves keep coming. And oh, floating is sometimes an option, When the waves get more intense, oftentimes it's much safer on the board than just laying there, letting whatever happens all willy-nilly. So today is a beautiful day. It is Easter Sunday. I just finally, after 6 months, I got two the street dogs to let me pet them. They came up to me. One was so cute. She was like, her face kept going into these little growl, but then she like leaned into my hand. It was the cutest thing. Because trust is difficult. Life is difficult. And trust is difficult. And especially when we are coming through and coming out of things, And because it's life, we're always coming through and coming out of things, The consistencies are the challenges. The consistencies are the humanness. They're us. We're the consistencies. The consistencies are that the sun rises every day. So proud of me. I'm all about that particular offer. Just in this morning, I've seen one abandoned cat, two very defensive street dogs who are a very loving couple and have raised many beautiful puppies together, and one visitor who drank too much last night and got robbed by the cops. And one very nice pregnant visitor from Canada who I had a lovely conversation with, And so these incredibly intense dynamics, I got to pet the cat. It took months, but we're friends now. I just wish they'd let me. I hear them calling. And I think this is like a lot of us, is we're calling out for things that we wish we had, things that have gone, things that have passed, things that we can no longer reach, and not always seeing what is right in front of us, Hopefully that man, he was in very nice new clothes and stuff too, but the police had beaten him up quite badly. And he was from northern Mexico. You could tell because he couldn't look me in the eye. It is some parts of Mexico, it's considered really impolite to look a woman in the eye. I found that when I lived in the north too. When I lived in the north, a lot more. It was more common practice. But, these, isn't that interesting? So, as we are consistently searching for and working to connect with each other, so too do we have all these misunderstandings of communication, these beautiful challenges, And myself, it's interesting how last week's intense emotional pain resulted in physical pain almost immediately. On the one hand, the only way through it and through it, and on the other hand is how do we process these things and actively engage these things without adding to them, without solidifying them, right? So how do I took a moment to sit with that man, gave him some water, gave him an orange, sat and listened to music with him for 10 minutes, just reminded him that he's human. just reminded him that he's human, you know, and that the consistencies, the sun's going to rise, someone's going to smile at you, you know, there's going to be a song that you love. It exists. It's playing. Many songs you love are playing somewhere in the world right now, but we can't always hear them. And so how do we take these experiences, take them from the positive, rather than allow them to solidify into the manifestation of pain and illness and struggle and conflict and sorrow on this planet, right? I think that's exactly the point. That's exactly it. You know, I did have this knowledge, and it's pretty much, I think, it's between Louise Hay and Shakti Gawain. Those names are on my lips all the time. I like to thank both of those beings. I think I don't know if either of them is in body right now. But this understanding of that you can acknowledge things in such a way that you can encapsulate them in possibility. Acknowledging this moment without expecting the moment to be that way tomorrow. For instance, I bought flowers. I love flowers. I bought flowers and those gorgeous giant white lilies that smell like heaven. But they're not going to stay that way forever, you know. And I know this, I'm prepared for this, because I love lilies and I have this experience from before. So I can enjoy their beauty in the now, and I know they're not going to be there tomorrow. Let's take that and address the painful parts of life in the same way. It's ironically understand them in the context that they are what they are right now, but tomorrow they're going to be something else. 5 seconds from now, 5 minutes from now, 5 hours from now, 5 days from now, weeks, months, years, say. Let's just hold that for a minute, right? Let's just imagine, if you will, every part of your life drawn like a comic, drawn like a cartoon. The parts of your life that are difficult, the parts of your life that are painful, drawn like a cartoon script, and watch them as they change. Erase what doesn't serve you. Let the future pages be unwritten. Let everything change. Feel the compassion. Take the action for support. Now, address the wound. Address the needs now. And let's allow for the possibilities to be new possibilities tomorrow. Lorian Rowan, surfing Vuzuvaya. Consistently inconsistent in my humanness, but here for the adventure. Let's wax our surfboards with the willingness to allow things to transform. Because they're going to anyway. Well, I might as well embrace it. I love you and I'm with you. And I know you're with me. Because I can feel you. I can see you. And I'm glad you're here. Yeah.